Hey folks, this is Jess from Cook Smarts, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to prepare and roast beets. If you're having a little bit of allergic reaction right now to the word beets, it's probably because you grew up eating canned beets. Canned beets taste nothing like fresh beets. Fresh beets are amazing. Canned beets can be slimy and soggy. You know, I'm all about convenience and using canned foods when necessary, but canned beets is something that you should never, ever, ever turn to. Fresh beets are super easy to prepare. They can seem a little bit daunting, but they're really simple and they don't take a lot of work. They just take a little bit of time. So it's something that's really great to get going while you have something else to do, like, you know, doing some gardening or doing a weekend errand, and you come back in an hour and you have these really fresh, tasty, sweet beets. Okay, so I buy my beets like this. I buy them with the greens on. You can buy them loose, which just means you buy the beets themselves and they don't come with the greens. The reason I buy them with the greens is the greens are also great for a vegetable side dish. They're pretty much the same as like a red chard. I prepare them the same way. I have another video on how to prep leafy greens. So prep them the exact same way. I saute them with some garlic and they end up being, you know, you kind of get a two-in-one type of dish, which is great. So what I do first when I come home with my beets is I just snap off the green part first. As you can see, I have my salad spinner all ready to go, which is where the leafy greens are going to go into. So I'm just going to cut this off, and I'm just going to set this aside for now. I will take care of those. I'll give them a good rinse and get them all dried up for sauteing. So I'm going to set those aside. So now I've got the loose beets left. So what I want to do is I'm going to put these in the oven. I already have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut off both ends. This bunch came with 3. So I've got 3 beets, and as you can see, I've sliced off the ends of both. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give them a good rinse because there's a lot of dirt on the skin of these beets. So I'm just going to run over to my sink and give them a good rinse. Be right back. So my beets are now all rinsed up. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put them in this Pyrex dish. So I'm just going to set them in here. And now I'm going to just give them a little drizzle of olive oil on top. Don't need a lot, just a little bit on each one. And then I'm going to give it a quick sprinkling of salt. Okay? And I'm going to go back to the sink and I'm going to fill up this dish with about a ½ inch of water. That doesn't matter if it's cold water or hot water, you just want to fill it up so there's about a ½ inch or so of water in the dish. Okay, so I'm back with about a ½ inch of water filled up in this Pyrex pan. And this is not baking, so it doesn't have to be an exact science. You don't have to get out your ruler and measure it to make sure it's exactly ½ inch. Just kind of eyeball it and gauge, it's okay. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my foil. I'm going to get my aluminum foil and I'm going to go ahead and rip out a sheet that's going to cover up this dish. So I'm basically forming a good seal. It doesn't have to be completely tight, airtight, but it's going to help steam. It's going to help keep us some of that heat and moisture underneath here, so it's basically going to steam the beets. So I'm going to pop these in the oven and I'm going to set a timer for 1 hour, and then I'm going to go off and do something else so I can multitask while these beets are roasting away. And then we'll come back and I'll show you how easy it is to get the skin right off these beets. Alright guys, we are back with our beets all nice and roasted. They're all tender inside. The one way you can check if you're not sure, usually an hour does it, but if you're not sure, what you can do is take a knife and just kind of pierce it through, and as you can see, my knife goes through these beets very easily, so they're very tender inside. Okay, so now all we need to do is we have to peel the skin off and then chop them up however size we like, depending on what we're going to do with them. I'm going to throw these into a salad, so I'm just going to cut them either into cubes or into wedges. So as you can see, just using the side of a spoon, I can just come right down and that skin just peels right off super easily. Okay, you can kind of flip it over and get the remainder of that skin off. There we go. So that was pretty simple, right? But now we've got this beautiful beet that we can go ahead and slice into. Your fingertips are going to get probably a little bit red when working with the beets, but that's okay. Just a little bit of warm water and soap we'll get it all off. So I'm going to continue peeling the rest of my beets and chopping them up into wedges. They're really something that's really easy to make ahead of time, and then just take out what you want to throw to a salad. They will last in an airtight container for about a week, so feel free to make a big large batch and kind of just slowly get through them throughout the week. Alright, hope you're going to be making lots of beets. No more canned beets in your kitchen from now on. Thanks for joining us at Cook Smarts. We're always looking to help you live happier, simpler, and smarter in your kitchen.